Hey guys, today we'll be talking about Cryaotic and my whole take on the situation. With that being said, I want to give out a small disclaimer that anything I say is alleged unless otherwise stated, and that I mean no harm to the parties discussed. This is just simply commentary. Today there will be topics of grooming and online minor grooming, so if that's something you're uncomfortable with, I completely understand. Come back for another video and we'll have something more suited to your tastes. On to the video. Cryaotic is a YouTuber and streamer where on YouTube he had 3 million subscribers and on Twitch he had over 800,000 followers. He was most popular for his collaborations with really big time YouTubers, especially PewDiePie and Cinnamon Toast Ken. Cinnamon Toast Ken and PewDiePie really boosted his career on YouTube, and then that followed him onto Twitch. Their videos mostly, when they're doing collaborations, consisted of like Gmod, Prop Hunt, those types of videos, and they were very entertaining. They did very well in the YouTube sphere. If you look on his YouTube channel, you'll notice that Cry does a lot of Let's Plays, and if you go through his playlists tab, you'll see that he has like playlist upon playlist upon playlists of all of these Let's Plays. He's played seemingly of every game under the sun. If you look further through his channel, you'll find a smattering of Cry Reads, and that's where he reads anything from fanfiction to spooky stories. On his YouTube channel, he has over 2,000 uploads of videos, which could be a contributor to why he was so popular. Cry is renowned for his voice, actually, and the reason why everyone followed him in the first place, in my opinion, is because of his voice. That's why I followed him anyways. He also has a very calming personality where he's very optimistic and he's very friendly when he plays games. He also, when he plays video games, really gets into the character he's playing. He plays as if he is that character, which really immerses you in the game while you're watching him play. Now let's get into who Cry really is. Cryaotic's real name is Ryan Terry, and currently he resides in Florida, which is, if you don't know, is the worst place to live in America, and where he's currently 32 years old. There really aren't any pictures of him currently on the internet sphere, which, with my knowledge of what's happened, there's probably a reason for that. But I won't be searching for his picture or uploading any pictures on here because he doesn't want them out there, and that's his business. He's no longer active under the alias Cryaotic, and he has not posted anything on his Twitch, his Twitter, or his YouTube since June 2020. The characters in this story, or the people, the first one would be Russ, who is the betrayed best friend in this whole ordeal. While in the prime, they made lots of videos together, and Russ was actually Cry's streaming partner for the longest time. You can think of him as like the part of the bromance that is Cry and Russ. The next one is Cheyenne. She is the ex-girlfriend in this whole situation, and she's kind of like a reporter here. We get a lot of information from Cheyenne, and she's definitely heated and angry, which you should read some of her tweets. They're quite impressive. Red is Russ's girlfriend, who Cry liked to mingle with on the side. There has been many reports of that. She doesn't really say too much. There are a couple of tweets that she put out. It's been alleged by more than one person that Cry was messing around with Red, who is his best friend's girlfriend. Breaking the bro code pretty hard there. And the last person we have here is Scott Jund, who I really don't know much about. He's just a random guy that likes to not yell, but like he's a random guy in this story that just started putting out tweets that don't make any sense. People don't like him and some people like him. I don't know. He's just kind of the character in the story that's there. So let's start from the beginning. Once upon a time, on June 18th, 2020, a Twitter user by the name of Beanie sets out a bunch of tweets accusing Cry of grooming her when she was a minor. This Twitter user, Beanie, was also the first person to accuse, or at least publicly accuse, Cry of messing around with his best friend's girlfriend. So on June 21st, Cry posted a video labeled, "We stopped being genuine a long time ago," which the title really isn't a great title to put out there when you're being met with a bunch of allegations of online grooming. But in this video, he starts off by saying that, you know, he stopped being genuine and that he was hiding who he really was. And also that he cheated on his girlfriend with multiple people that he didn't even know were underage, which I hate that excuse. I didn't know they were underage. Look into it. You're an adult. After he goes into his video for a while, you can kind of see that there really is no genuine apology, and this video was met with severe backlash from his community. Rightfully so. He didn't really say anything important in that. He kind of almost talks about how his childhood was hard, but how that's not an excuse. If it's not an excuse, then why did he bring it up? And he also says that he's changed and he's not that person anymore. But with more recent allegations, it's kind of seeming like that's not the case. After the backlash from his video, he responded saying that he made that video in a manic state and that it never should have been put out. But he didn't want to delete it because he wanted everyone to know about the mistake and that he didn't want to try and cover it up. I've personally watched the video 4 or 5 times, and I have to say that it really glossed over a lot of things, and it really didn't do the victims justice. I think he apologized more for the fact that he got caught and the fact that everyone's angry at him than for the act itself. That's how I personally feel like. That's my genuine reaction to the video. So now we bring in the best friend. I'm always interested to see what the friends of the perpetrator think, and Russ was heartbroken. He really was. He said that him and Cry had stopped being friends a long time ago and that Cry often lied to him about what was going on. He said that he no longer wants to be associated with Cry and that their late night talks on the stream were over. In the last stream they did with Late Night Talks crew, he said that this was the death. He's visiting the grave site that is currently the Late Night crew. I feel really bad for Russ because he honestly is just a bystander in all of this. He's just the best friend of the guy that sucks. And Russ seems like a really good guy. I mean, I'm sure he's done stuff that he's not proud of, but he always hung out with Cry and they did a lot of videos together, and he seems genuinely like he cared for Cry. Continuing into the summer of 2020, into July and August, more and more allegations came through, and they now number 20, with 4 or 5 of them being minor/underage. Currently, Cheyenne contacted the FBI, and they are now involved. She also posted evidence of her contacting the FBI, which I think is weird. Like, who goes out and like, hey guys, look what I contacted the FBI. Like, if I'm contacting any part of the government, I'm not gonna say nothing to anyone, because that's putting that's some bad mojo you got on yourself there. Finally, in September, after all the allegations came out of him grooming young children, he was stripped of his Twitch account, and he was no longer a part of the partnership. The channel's no longer available, and he has yet to post anything on his Twitter or his YouTube. My thoughts on this are a little complicated. I found Cry when I was pretty young. I don't quite remember. Maybe it was like 13, 14 years old, but I found him the same way most people find him. I found him through his collaborations with PewDiePie and Cinnamon Toast Ken, and they would be playing Prop Hunt, and I thought it was so funny. They had such a good chemistry together. You know, after hearing his voice and after hearing his personality and the way he acts, I went to his channel, and there I found a plethora of videos. Hours and hours of content that I could just watch. I could just sit down and watch. And he had a great voice. I used to fall asleep to his voice, which is embarrassing, but he really truly was one of my favorite YouTubers. I still have, like, you know, for my old YouTube channel, I have like all my favorite videos are Cry videos. He was my comfort YouTuber. After learning about all of these allegations, you know, I was 20 years old when I learned about them, and it really truly broke my heart. Because from the young age, 13, 14, until 20 years old, he was the YouTuber I consistently returned to. It kind of scares me to think that when I was like 13 or 14, if I had reached out, he possibly would have reached out back, and not with the greatest intentions. There is no news. His Twitter background, or like his Twitter banner, says more to come, but it's been over a year. We're actually reaching we're over a year now that we're in September. No, we're just under a year. We're just under a year, and he has not posted anything. There's been nothing on his YouTube, nothing on his Twitter, and obviously his Twitch is gone, so we can't post anything on that. As far as I know, Russ I think he took a break, but I think he might be back. Scott Junn, I don't know what he's doing. I think he's just, I don't know if he's clout chasing. I don't think he's a clout chaser, but you know, he's just that man in the mix that nobody really knows about. Cheyenne is still very against Cry, and as well as all the people that have posted the allegations against him. For now, that's all I really have on Cry. I will keep you guys updated on the situation as things goes, because I'm very invested in it. But if you guys liked what you heard today, remember to like, comment, subscribe. It really helps out. And if you want to talk about this in real time, you can come hang out with me on my Twitch. Monday, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays, 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. Give me your thoughts, give me your opinions. Until then, I'll see you in the next one.